Hey, this is Cameron, and welcome to the reaction log. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, I got some stains on my Daddario shirt. It's just food, or water, or something. It might be drool, I don't know. Also, my hair is still greasy. You guys have compared me to Osmongold enough that I'm just gonna start becoming disgusting. And actually, before I jump into this one, let me go ahead and introduce myself, because it's actually imperative to the subject of today's video. I am a classical guitarist here on YouTube. And what does it mean to be a classical guitarist? It means that your value as a guitarist is determined by singular performances that we call competitions that we perform for judges who pretty much just judge you on the criteria of, like, I don't know, whatever they want, I guess. There's some agreed upon things. You have to play, like, as perfectly as you can. You also have to follow, or at least generally follow, phrasing and articulation conventions that are just agreed upon in academia. It helps if you spend like $100,000 on a degree. If you get a couple of degrees, you'll probably do even better. Now, if you're a classical guitarist, that's all well and good, and you have a life purpose. You practice your pieces to then win competitions, but the thing is, for electric guitarists, you don't really get that. For electric guitar, the only academic routes that you can take is jazz, and as far as I know, there aren't really like jazz competitions. I think the competition in jazz is just becoming a gigging musician who gets like gigs that pay more than $50 a night. You're a winner if you're a jazzer who gets paid like $80 a night, I imagine. In New York City, I'm sure. And then for the non-academic routes, I mean, you have like rock, metal, whatever else. You can do whatever Tosin Abasi or Tim Henson do. But the thing is, there's no real competition for electric guitarists. And I've been finding on YouTube this phenomenon of video that's basically just playing for Jason Becker. And as you can see, he's laying in a bed with a tube. That's because he developed ALS as a young man. It's a horrifying disease, especially for an instrumentalist, because instrumentalists are essentially like athletes. And I imagine it's similar for an athlete. And yes, that's the disease that Stephen Hawking had that kept him in a chair for his whole life. And Jason Becker's special because he is kind of the Stephen Hawking of electric guitar, in how Stephen Hawking is one of the most prolific and like best astrophysicists to exist. Jason Becker is one of the craziest electric guitarists to ever exist. His Shred album that released when he was like a young man. Let me look up when his first album came out. I didn't think he was this young. At the age of 16, he became part of Shrapnel Records. He was born in 1969. Perpetual Burn came out in 1988. Okay, it's a little bit confusing. It says 16. I think Perpetual Burn, his album, one of the craziest shred albums I've ever personally heard. You should listen to it, Perpetual Burn. According to the math, it debuted at least when he was 19, so I imagine he was writing it for several years or a year or so before that, and then developed ALS a year afterwards. Think about what you were doing when you were 19. Were you writing Perpetual Burn? He got good and worked so hard, so fast, and then at 20, the first symptoms of ALS came in. He's probably in a minority of people who get ALS, because usually you get it when you're older, I'm pretty sure. He got it so young, and he still had like one of the craziest albums to ever exist come out. So that being said, he's probably kind of a scary person to play guitar for. And I've been noticing this genre of video of people just playing for him, and it's very reminiscent to a competition, because usually, I think in all these cases, they're playing his compositions, primarily the ones from his first album, as far as I can tell. So I guess the point of this video, I just want to watch people play for Jason Becker and kind of see what an electric guitar competition looks like, because I think, honestly, this is what it would be. And I think we should just watch a few of them and just try to, like, pick out some winners in real competition fashion. I'm gonna be the sole judge. You guys can judge in the comments. Also, let me just go ahead and say, Jason Becker's story is extremely unfortunate, though it's not over. He's still alive and he's still a composer. But getting ALS as a guitarist especially completely changes your life. And I just want it to be known that I have all the respect in the world for him as a guitarist and composer and musician. And I have gone through Jason Becker phases throughout my life, primarily as a teenager, especially like before and like during the beginnings of my classical guitar training. And this isn't the first Jason Becker video I've made. And Jason Becker has also commented on one of my videos. I'll show that here. Boom. There you go. Jason Becker noticed me. Hey, Jason, how's it going? We're going to watch people play for you now, and we're going to rank them. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's start with this guy. He's going to be playing altitudes. And so this is the stage right here. And I guess I kind of hope that he doesn't play it that well so I don't get a copyright strike. All right, let's see what we got. First off, good outfit. I like it. Remember the last guy we watched, Remy from the GFA in the tuxedo? This is the electric guitar tuxedo right here. Hair grown out. Pretty sure you're wearing eyeliner. Perfection, dude. This guy shreds. Let's see. Someone drinking a Sierra Nevada there. Nice. Okay, nice. One of the most striking things about this is that very heavy vibrato, right? Also, how many? I can't like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strings. Okay. There's nothing really like that as a classical equivalent, but I imagine that vibrato, especially in competition setting, can be really useful for covering up tuning inaccuracies. Good stuff. He has a lot of hand motion. Any open string, he throws his hand away. Definitely all style points, but I do kind of question that decision because I feel like every 100 times he does that move, it's going to cause something to happen, versus if he didn't do that, maybe every 1,000 times. It's tough though, because we're also talking about a very flashy, performative style too. So how ingrained are those moves into the style itself? It's hard to say. Also, I keep picking at my finger. I have a carbon E string on my guitar again, and it's tearing up my fingers. Alright, I'm just gonna be picking at it. Okay, fuck your head. So as far as competitions go, I feel like he's doing the strategic choice of playing slow crap. In a competition, you can play anything you want. You can play the third movement of whatever sonata that's super shreddy, then you can play the first movement of something else. You can also choose to play movements 1, 2, and 3, where 2 is going to be slow crap. And hey, if you play it really well and beautifully, and especially if you don't miss any notes, which is easy to do, because again, it's slow crap, you're doing well. So far, technically, I can't really dock him, but I just do know, like, we're not seeing anything too crazy right now. We'll see where this goes. I'm not super familiar with this song, I'm sorry. I said that I've listened to this album. I promise I have. It's just been a while. What I love about this is that this is the song Altitudes. Like, he's just playing it as Jason Becker wrote it. It really is very reminiscent of a classical competition. Like, you have your rep, you gotta play it note for note, you know? And having Jason listen to it too, it's just like a judge listening to some Bach partita that he's heard a billion times and has like learned himself. Sure, add interpretive ideas and stuff, but if you play different notes, you're done, son. So this is intense. This is very intense. Also, great shredding. Very nice. You're looking to play it. That guy's playing his beer bottle. I think a lot of judges of these competitions are drinking Sierra Nevada the whole time. I think we've heard enough of this one. Again, it's a mix of slow crap and then some like pretty intense shredding. It's hard to rank him right now. I think we just have to write his name down somewhere. You can't really rank him at first. We gotta hear a bunch of them in a row. So this is our first guy. Louis Khalil plays Altitudes. I think we've heard enough of Altitudes today. Alright, next one we have is Serenera, I believe is how it's pronounced. We should see Jason play this. As far as guitar competitions go, this is like showing up with Barrios's Las Abejas or something, which maybe I should show you that. Let's actually, God, I'm just like showing a bunch of stuff now. It's a perpetual motion piece that's fast and continuous, and it's very technically challenging. I'll show you a little bit of this. This is like the equivalent, I'd say, or something like this. Or some Paganini, maybe, or something. It's like showing up to competition with this thing. It's just fast and unrelenting. So let's just get Jason playing it. Totally sick. Got some big shoes to fill. Man, it is spot on so far. It sounds really good. And I think like at tempo, basically, maybe just like a click or two under tempo, but it like, but clean. You rush that phrase a little bit. See, this is some of the phrasing conventions that I'd maybe think about. It's amazing so far, but listen to this. Breathe. It didn't really breathe, though. Let's hear Jason play it. Oh, yeah, like that is what I'm talking about right there. And that's why he's the master, and like this is his piece, of course. And I'm not saying this to be a douchebag to this guy. What's your name? Oh yeah, I should write down Eduardo Teddy. This is stuff to look at because you already have it down. Like it's already amazing. What you have is amazing. But the phrasing is just a little breathless, like going into the next thing. I would like that like Jason played it like that for a reason. You know? Let's hear it one more time. Because it's fast, but it's just the one moment you get. And then it makes all that other stuff, bum, 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 bum. Like, it makes all that stuff make sense after that. And I'm also making an example out of this, because just because you don't play classical guitar doesn't mean that you can't have nice and satisfying phrasing. All music has phrasing. You have to learn the conventions, but like this is a classical piece essentially. Like Jason Becker wrote this with classical sounding conventions, and he used phrasing that makes sense to me. So, you know, like this is stuff to think about. Like, amazing technically. There's this overarching melody in this piece that I think getting connected is really important. And again, I'm going to refer back to Jason's recording. It's that... so musical. And it's almost like off-skew. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Like, it... But he's playing it so musically. Like, listen to that. He's like 20 years old in this, too. He's playing it like he's freaking 45. Oh. See, people will look at this and be like, this is just soulless shredding, but it's so musical if you actually listen to it. There's so much to it. Okay, let's hear how he does that part. It gets lost in there. That whole arpeggio, I got confused while listening to it. And that's the danger of showing up with Las Abejas in competition, is that you need to make it sound like music. And again, not that this guy has the hardest part of this down, which is just actually playing everything cleanly. But the next thing to develop here is the musicality, because it's not like that musical of a performance. It's very just like getting the notes out. And again, this is a competition setting. This is a competition setting for an electric guitarist. I don't care how good you are. This is a nerve-wracking place to be. But being that nervous, it uncovers a lot of things wrong with your playing. And that is the danger with showing up to a competition with Las Abejas, or in this case, with Serenera, is that you better freaking play it. You better play it musically. So unfortunately, the first guy is winning right now, and right now our current guy, Eduardo, is going to be in second place. I think. Let's see how this ends. Like, it was good. It was definitely very good. Everyone here is going to be playing amazing. First guy, much more musical, I think. I believe, at least. Let's see if we can find one more. I said that this was a whole genre video, but maybe only 2 people have done it. Visiting and playing for Jason Becker, and he's getting some kissies, it looks like. I don't think we're hearing Jason Becker tunes right now. See, any of you who play electric guitar, you all know who you are. This is your GFA right here. Jason Becker's the GFA. Man, I think those are the only 2 guys who, like, just have videos of just playing. Like, this one's, it says a lesson. I don't know about this. Okay, well, at least he's... Alright, you know what? We're gonna take this one. The format of the last 2 guys, when you electric guitarists start doing this more, because I think this should be a standard going forward, just do it like that. Video starts... competition setting. So this is this guy. He's also playing Serenera. So let's compare our Sereneras now. So much slower. We need to hear more of it, I think. I'm not super convinced yet, though. A couple, like, I don't know if it's quite a miss note, but it's just a little bit of sloppiness that I heard in there. That right now, these last 2 Serenera performances are pretty neck and neck. I think that might have cost this guy second place, though. Because it's hard to say. Like, generally, slightly better musicality than the last guy, but there's a little mistake in there, I heard. Let me actually hear it again. Yeah, it gets a little confused in there. Yeah, it's still, like, amazing, of course. It's very good. The interpretation was slightly confusing, and I think part of it was that he needs another, like, year or 2 of just, like, shedding this piece. His general musicality was decent, though. Alright, and that was Max Dibble. God, can I make this any smaller? I'm sorry, everybody. But, the results for the first ever competition, I'm gonna say Louis Khalil wins with Altitudes. He showed a lot of musicality. There was slow crap in it, which is, of course, welcome, especially if you play it very well and musically, which he did. And the fast stuff was very good. Overall technical display was not as immense as Eduardo. I think Eduardo, probably out of the 3, has the most, like, raw technique. But unfortunately, he just relied on that, and I didn't feel like he was able to convince me of an understanding of the music as well as Lewis did. And then Max Dibble, he needs more time with this piece, though I do think he played it nicely. It just needs more time. Yeah, so that's the order. So, Lewis, congratulations. Be sure to contact me and I'll send you $10,000. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. Again, I'm like judging these electric guitarists. They're all amazing, and like they're playing under immense pressure, and I've only played decently in 1 competition of the 3 that I've been in, where I got 3rd place. So Max Dibble, 3rd place. It's fine, dude. Don't worry about it. They're all extremely good. But maybe over the next year or so, if more of you electric guitar guys can learn Jason Becker tunes and then like fly out to him and play them for him, we can start an official Jason Becker electric guitar competition, like the Chopin competition, the Jason Becker competition. And I think that would really legitimize electric guitar to a lot of people like me. Like, that's Anybody who does that, like these 3 people who have done that, y'all are legit. There's nothing I can even say to you. So going forward, I'll be doing my own competitions. I'm not participating in the Jason Becker competition, but I will gladly judge in it. And you know what? Seeing how these guys posted just the footage, I think going forward, I'm still going to do a competition vlog, but I think I might also just post the actual competition, like, playing. I just want to get better at playing under such immense pressure before I actually do that, because I don't want to embarrass myself. I recognize the challenge of that. And what all 3 of these guys did here today is amazing, and honestly, it's kind of groundbreaking for electric guitar. So, what do you guys think of that? The Jason Becker competition. I would like to judge it, ideally with 2 other judges, so it's completely fair, because I could see second and first place being, like, kind of a toss-up, honestly, because second place's technique was amazing. First place's technique was amazing too, but we didn't get to see the display that second place gave us. Just the musicality was the only issue. Pretty interesting one. I'm excited for electric guitar going forward. That's gonna be pretty cool. Alright, well, I think we can go ahead and wrap this one up here. So, of course, if you made it this far, be sure to subscribe and leave a like. Hey, it's not a competition, but I have a recital class, so if you want to get better at performing under pressure, you know, because you gotta perform in front of me, big YouTube celebrity, right? Just kidding. But in the recital class, you will perform in front of me and the other, like, usually between 6 and 10 people that show up. So, link in the description for that. It's a good place to get nervous. Everybody gets nervous in that class. I get nervous when I play in it too. Of course, head on down over to Root and Delight for some merch, and yeah! Alright, well, I'll see you in the next one.